Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Color X Malice. Inagi's round. Of course, we know this, and we were just about to be walked home by Okazaki, so yeah. Ever since the quarantine, the streets of Shinjuku were pretty empty at night. Even now, the only people on this road were Okazaki and me. Unless we stop the incidents from occurring and get ahead of Adonis, all our work is for naught. I should review all of our basic info on Adonis. According to the files Unagi gave me, ooh, this is different. Adonis was thought to be a rather large group. The location of its headquarters was unknown. However, since they had continued to operate after Shinjuku's quarantine, their members must have been hiding in this district. Additionally, 2 years ago, Adonis had been exposed and dismantled. Doesn't mean that they're hiding in this district, but it definitely means they have people in this district, but they could be communicating with people outside of the district. Its parent organization was fanatical and declared a national revolution on its goal. Adonis had only re-emerged recently. Some believe this was a new group, but it was likely that the Adonis that was dismantled 2 years ago was just a decoy organization. And there was one more thing. Apparently, Sasazuka had recently obtained this top secret intel from the police database. 2 years ago, when Adonis was exposed after the assassination attempt on the Prime Minister, there had been an Adonis mole within the police. That mole was an SP officer. Oh, right, that's Okazaki's dude. Yeah? Something bothering you, Spacey? Oh, he had just been making small talk while I was thinking, but I jumped a little as he voiced exactly what I'd been thinking. Am I really that absent-minded? However, this could be just the opportunity I was waiting for. Well, Okazaki, how much do you know about the assassination attempt on the Prime Minister years ago? Okazaki was an SP officer, and he might have at least heard some rumors. I could try to probe for information. I'm familiar with that incident. I was involved, after all. Eh? Okazaki nodded. His usual smile had disappeared. He was involved? As part of the SP? Yep, as you might expect. Veteran officers were assigned to the Prime Minister's detail. My post was at the Prime Minister's official residence, along with my comrades. Well, I know he said PMs, but I just read it as Prime Minister. I don't know. Okazaki's voice was quiet. I could tell that it was tinged with sorrow. Should I have asked? The intel that Sasazuka acquired had been classified as top secret within the force. If Okazaki started wondering how I knew that information, it would be problematic. Though, I don't think he'd suddenly suspect me. I had a valid pretense to keep prying, and this was the moment to be bold. I heard a rumor that there was a traitor within the SP during that incident. Okazaki's breath caught in his throat. His eyes widened and his fists were balled. Does he know something about it? There were discrepancies between the announced security deployments and schedules and the actual patrols that occurred that day. It took a while for Okazaki to figure out a response. So everything was chaotic. Errors allowed terrorists to breach our defenses. The Prime Minister was safe, but the PM's official residence burned down. SP took the blame for it, and poor Okazaki. Okazaki? But, yeah, I knew it. Emotion disappeared from Okazaki's eyes, as if he had finally come to accept something. Maybe he knew something about the spy. Maybe this topic was something that was too sensitive for me to have broached. I can't read. I don't know right now. Wow. Maybe the spy was someone that Okazaki knew. No, he was an active officer at the time. If he was involved in a security failure that bad, he would have been severely reprimanded. And the police did not take these matters lightly. So that means he... You see, I didn't do my job. Suddenly Okazaki was back to smiling once again, but it was a woefully sad smile. I survived, but only through the sacrifices of my friends. Even though my duty as SP was to protect others, even at the cost of my own life. So I want to be sure I protect my charge this time. He was very quiet. I didn't know if I was meant to hear that, but I could feel that the words had surely come from Okazaki's heart. Mhm. Hold on, let's read that before we get the text. 2 years ago, an attempted terrorist assassination of the then and current Prime Minister, Yukihisa Mikuni, was thwarted. Security at the residence was normal, but the SP were confused by an Adonis agent. Though Mikuni emerged unharmed, all SP involved were demoted. In the subsequent investigation, Wataru Tsukishima was revealed to be the Adonis agent. He later shielded his colleague Misogi Okamoto from an explosion and died from injuries sustained. The police then pursued Adonis, dismantling them. Okay, no, he didn't shield. Are all their names like fucking like lies? Because it's like he is shielded, but he shielded Okazaki. That's not Okazaki. What the fuck? What the fuck? The current form of Adonis is thought to be a dummy group. Later, Tsukishima, yes, is discovered to be an orphan. Furthermore, they discover he's part of a certain religious organization. This organization is different from Adonis, but the executives are linked. This crucial information was missed due to the police withholding information. Was that the name of the... Was it Wataru Tsukishima? I don't remember if that was his name, but do we have anything back up here? Hold on. I don't know. Caller, letter, notice. No. Oh, wow. We don't have, well, from his original route. But it's really weird when they do this and the names don't match and you're like, is it literally just that you didn't translate them right? Or is it that like nobody was paying attention when you had character names and then you changed them and you didn't change them in both places? Or is like Okazaki not his fucking actual name? Like, you know what I'm saying? And if Okazaki's not his fucking name, like, shouldn't we have found that out when we were dating him? Because that makes everything that happened creepy. Wait. So you're not. But this is more information about it than we got in Okazaki's route. Well, like, not more, but the. Oh, he was an orphan. Okay, well, so is Sadaishi, and that kind of explains. And he was in a religious cult, but their executives are part of Adana. Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't part of Adonis, but he was. But it's like he was an orphan and he was in this weird religious cult thing, which is kind of tied to Adonis. And it's like, well, that explains Sadaishi too. But he was like, and that really makes me think that the whole dream weird thing that she has is she was trying to be, they were trying to fucking kidnap her ass. Like, I mean, like that's some creepy kid kidnapping cult going on here. Wow. But anyway. Oh, sorry, I got a text. I spoke with Sadaishi. We're certain that there's a mole within the police. It's also likely that they're lurking around you. Be careful. Yanagi had sent me a text message that confirmed my suspicions. We had suspected there was a mole, but Yanagi declaring it a certainty was enough reason to act upon it. A mole aside from Sadaishi? Just like, the person that put this collar on me is close. I was now facing a reality that I'd been trying to dodge ever since I joined the investigation. This shit's getting good, man. I mean, it's been good from the very beginning, but it's like now we're getting like, oh, things are going to start coming out. The threads are unraveling. Did Yanagi text you because he's worried? Yeah. It was the truth, so I just nodded. So he does actually care after all. He doesn't trust me very much. Delivering that line with his trademark grin, Okazaki returned to his usual mood. I let out an involuntary sigh of relief. I muttered to myself, he doesn't trust Okazaki, and here I'd thought he found a reason to be less cautious about him. Though if that wasn't true, Yanagi wouldn't have left me alone with Okazaki so casually. But if the mole in the police force is near me, doesn't that make Okazaki a possible suspect? No, if the risk was that high, then he definitely would have kept him away. What's wrong? No, nothing. I couldn't stop my doubts from surfacing. Besides, I don't think his expression and his story earlier were part of an act. I didn't want to suspect Okazaki after seeing how pained he felt about other people making sacrifices to save his life in the past. This is a tough one. All I could do was try to think of a way I could help. Is this still us? No, Akito! Yes, I'm alone. There's no one nearby who could overhear us. So it's my turn next. No, Akito, no! Do I really have to do this? I understand. There's no turning back now. But I've been looking out recently. Yes, several of us have been captured. As soon as I make a move, they'll catch me too. Even though you know that, you still want me to do that? You've granted me my wish. I'm grateful to you for what you've done. No, Akito? But I've already paid my dues. I've stuck to my end of the bargain. And yet, you still want... No, I'm not trying to run at all. I know what needs to be done. I know that it'd be pointless to stop now. Kindred spirit, sure I am. You just plain to dispose of me anyway. A call from Kazuki. Akito, are you okay? Yeah. My sister says she wants to thank you for looking out for me. Huh? Did I do that? Yeah, like, when I go to practice with the band, you let me crash at your place. Oh, yeah, I guess that's right. When you're free, come over to my place. She said you'll be our guest. Her cooking isn't so bad. I think it's pretty good, actually. So, let me know when you're free. Okay. Hey, Kazuki, do you think I can meet with your sister alone? Huh? Just the two of you? Since when are you two so close? Well, I'm kind of nervous, but you said your sister's a cop, right? I think I need some advice from her. Akito will do everything we can to save you, honey. I just want to hug. It's okay. We'll save you. It's like my goal in this game is to fucking save this goddamn son of a bitch. Is that okay with you? It looks like you two made up, so I was really hoping to ask for this favor. If you're okay with that, it's fine by me. I don't think she'll be of much help. She actually might be the best person to talk to of all. Yeah? All right then. Give me your sister's number. I'll let her know the time myself. I'm sorry for lying to you, Kazuki. I don't want to get you involved. I've been flagged. That's obviously why Spacey suddenly wants to talk to me. I always thought that I wanted to make them taste the same pain. I thought they'd have no regrets no matter the cost. I made up my mind back then. But going to inflict the same fear that Kanade felt onto someone else, it might be even worse. Is this what I really wanted? Will this really help me atone? I'm scared. I don't want to do this anymore. We'll help you, Akito! This hurts me so much. This hurts me so fucking much. The whole Akito thing hurts me so much more than Sadaishi being in fucking Adonis and going to jail. Because it's like, he'll get out. It's fine. I know that. But I don't know what's going to happen with Akito. Like, in Enomoto's route, it was like, wait, Akito, wait, you seem suspicious. And my suspicions were confirmed. And every other success, like every route after that. And it stresses me out. I need to save Akito, goddammit. And if this game has him go down again, I'm going to be so mad. Oh, don't do it to me. Kazuki loves him and Kazuki needs him. God damn it. Don't take my brother's boyfriend from him. I know that they're not like, it's not a thing, but it's a thing in my mind, okay? It will always be a thing in my mind. I ship them so hard. Akito, you can't go down. Anyway. Manako Kobayashi has been arrested for the November murders and her connection to the officer abductions and murder in May. However, her capture hasn't led to any noteworthy results. We're continuing to investigate the past cases, but no progress to speak of has been made yet. We'd like to at least grab Adonis by the tail, but... We managed to uncover a connection between the December incidents and past incidents quickly this time. SRCPO? Yes, sir! Yes, sir! We stood when Morioka called upon us. Others in the room turned toward us, and the room's hostile tension intensified. Fuck, why can't I read? Jesus! You've been tasked with supporting the June investigation. Have you made any progress? No, I'm afraid we still have no actionable leads. Shh, who invited these amateurs? Shh, they can hear you. What should I do? Should I bring up Akito here? No. Since he had specifically called out SRCPO for information about June, there was no doubt that HQ also had their eye on Akito. We're supposed to mention Akito. I don't want to. The guide says do it. I don't want to. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I know it's the right thing to do because a guy tells me, but I don't want to do it. Guys, I don't want to do it. Oh my god. I don't want to do it. Maybe, you know what, I'm just gonna pretend. Oh, I had that. If we mention Akito, it might help him in the long run. Fuck. God damn it, guide. I shouldn't withhold information from them. And they'd know once they read the file anyway. Everyone here is a veteran investigator. Still, I thought it best to avoid calling attention to Akito by name. I wouldn't call it progress, but I thought it might be a good idea to re-interview people who had alibis at the time of the incident. The related people list for June is quite large.
That's true. Other investigators are already doing that.
It may be difficult to deal with this large a pool, but we've managed to trim the number considerably. If these are proxy killings, their alibis are going to hold up, but we're not likely to find hard evidence. We'll have to wring an admission from them. I want all personnel on this.
Yes, sir. Understood.
And then let's continue. Regarding September.
Phew! Not much progress to speak of at the meeting.
Yeah, like the commissioner mentioned, it's kind of stalled out.
So long as new homicide doesn't happen.
True.
We're getting so close. I'm so nervous. Oh yeah, Hoshino. Make sure you take your break while you can.
Yes, sir, thank you. Following Mochida's post-meeting suggestion, I opened my lunchbox at my desk. I ate while flipping through some files. This was how I'd spent all my lunch breaks lately. Oh god, Akito. A text. It's from Akito. He must have gotten my number from Kazuki. But why is he contacting me directly? You know what's even funnier? Wait. Yeah. It says Akito texting us, blah, blah, blah. Sorry to text you. But let me tell you something. Why do we have his number? Why would we? Kazuki would give him ours and he would send this text and we'd be like, from just a random number. Who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't say Akito Sarah. We wouldn't have his number in our phone. I know it's a minor detail, but it's some of those things like, what the hell? Anyway. Also with the, how do they wash their uniforms? Do they ever take them home? What's going on? Weird shit Spacey notices that shouldn't, but I know. Anyway. Sorry to text you out of the blue. You must be at work. Do you have a moment to talk? It's quite all right. I'm the one who said I wanted to thank you. I'm at break now. I can spare a few minutes. Thanks. Can we meet at the park near the police station? I'm in the area now. Okay, I'll head over. Give me a minute. Got it. I checked the reply and put my phone away. I was suddenly anxious. I put away my half-eaten lunch and stood up from my desk. Mochida, I'm going out for a bit. I'll be back before my break is over.
All right, see ya.
Hug him. It's okay, Akito. We'll help you. We'll do whatever we can to stop you. We love you. Anyway, Akito. Hello. Akito was already at the park when I arrived. When I called his name, he stood up from the bench and bowed towards me. I love him so much. Hi, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Please don't be. I'm the one that called you away from your work. I'm the one that's sorry. It's all right. Have a seat. Okay. I love this kid. We sat down on the bench together. First off, I needed to properly express my gratitude to Akito. It wasn't just an act to me. I want to truly thank you for always looking out for Kazuki. I hope it wasn't a bother to let him stay. Not at all. I'm glad to be able to have him over. I'm happy to hear it. It looks like you managed to have a good talk with Kazuki. Huh? He's changed a lot over the past few days. Before he didn't like seeing you, and he always avoided talking about you. Yeah, but he mentions you a lot lately. He worries about your job, and tries to remember to take care of the chores at home. So you care that much, Kazuki. Kazuki never hated you, but you're important to him, and he wasn't being honest with himself. He wanted you to acknowledge him, but he didn't know how to tell you. Yeah, I know that now. I've been worried about him for a long time, so I'm glad you both get along now. See? This is what it is. Bonding with our brother fixes Akito. Akito, we will save you! I was really hoping that you two didn't grow so far apart, that you were unable to speak to each other. Thanks, Akito. I'm happy that I can speak with him easier. I think it's because Kazuki is a good friend like you to support him. Akito's words suddenly connected with something in my mind, being unable to speak with each other. Maybe Akito was worried about that because of his memories of his sister. Him worrying about my relationship with my brother would only make more sense. Is that all? Huh? Did you really skip out on work just to thank me for helping Kazuki? I could see from the look on Akito's face, hold on, sorry, that he'd come here today because he had prepared himself for this meeting. He obviously knew that I suspected him. I need to tread carefully. About Kazuki, that's what it says. Actually, it's a little embarrassing to ask about this again, but I wanted you to tell me about Kazuki.
Huh?
I know that Kazuki likes music and plays in a band now, but I still want to know more about him. I want to know what Kazuki's like when he hangs out with you. I was trying to lower Akito's guard, but I did actually want to know this. What kind of friends did Kazuki have? I needed to verify this first. Kazuki tries really hard. Akito was surprised by my question, but he immediately answered with a smile. You're such a sweet kid. He's putting his heart into his music. He's got some skill and he works hard. Even professionals have complimented him. It isn't just a hobby for him. He's trying to put his life into his music. Please, support him. Okay. I think I'll get mad if I go to a concert, though. Do you play in a band, too? My hobby is composing music. Composition? That's impressive. Oh, I'm just an amateur. It's really just a hobby to me. Have you ever thought about submitting your compositions to a band? Yeah, but only indie groups for now. But Mr. Ishiki took an interest in my work and lets me use a studio to compose and record.
And Akito, why would you ruin your future? You and Kazuki are so perfect for each other, I can't even handle it.
Wow, you're more into this than I imagined. You're basically pro level if you're in a studio. Yeah, when I get really caught up in my work, I can stay in there for a whole week. By the way, that was the case back in June, too.
Eh?
I'm on the studio surveillance cameras, and the staff all knew I was there, too. And the police, too, of course. Spacey, do you suspect me for that thing in June? He got straight to the point.
We're supposed to say yes, but honestly, no, I don't suspect him for June. I know he didn't do it. That's the thing. I don't like the fact that we have to answer yes, because my thinking is like, no, I know you're innocent. You have a perfect alibi. However, well, maybe that's what yes is. I'd be like, I don't think you did anything in June because I know your alibi's solid, but I suspect that you wanted Adonis to do something and now you are stuck and you are going to have to hurt people. And I don't want you to have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that, Akito.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I do. They suspect you at the police station, too. So I wanted to talk to you first. There's still time if you. It's too late. I decided that I couldn't lie to Akito. When I gave it to him straight, it seemed to pain him. Too little, too late. I can't go back anymore. My sins are too heavy to atone for. Akito, you can't stop me either. It won't make any difference to Adonis. Akito is now basically completely admitting his involvement. Give yourself up. Akito, if you think you've done something wrong, then I beg you, turn yourself in. Your sentence will be lighter if you do. I can assure you of that. Akito had gone silent. His expression was pained. Seriously, be like, I don't want you to do anything you're going to regret. And Kazuki would miss you. Like, he needs you in his life, Akito. Like, he needs you. Sorry, Akito. Huh? I can't say I understand the pain that you must be feeling. Akito sharply inhaled and looked up at me. His eyes were wavering. But if you heap more sins to the pile and cause more pain, in the end, you'll just become like the people that hurt your sister. You'll just create more sadness and anger. The cycle of hate and revenge will never end. I I know that. I've known for a long time. Then why do you look like you're suffering so much?
Look, he does. Oh my god, I just want to hug him.
If you don't mind me saying, you look like you're blaming yourself, Akito. Do you really think that your sister would have wanted you to take revenge like this? To be honest, I don't think of my sister all that often.
Huh?
You didn't listen to Kazuki, and you didn't really make an effort to understand him. When I said that I was pulling for the two of you to make up, I thought that you were powerless like me, and you'd lose what was important to you one day. I thought your job as a cop was just a title. I won't deny that. But I was just projecting. I just made assumptions about what you were like. Akito, you're right. The ones I hated most of all weren't the people who harassed my sister to death. I blame myself. I couldn't protect my sister. More than anyone else, I can't forgive myself for being unable to stand up for her.
It's gonna make me cry. I'm literally this hurts so bad.
While I was in denial, I pursued revenge. I thought there was no other way, but I really, really regret it. Keto, there's still time. It's impossible. I can't undo what I've done. There's no way to take back my sins. You're misunderstanding me, Akito. I'm not talking about your sins in the past. I want you to think about your future actions. You see, Kazuki has much more faith in you than I do. I've said this before, but when he's with me, Kazuki talks about you constantly. I don't want you to throw away everything that the two of you would be able to do together. Like fall in love and adopt beautiful children. I'm not saying this as a police officer. I'm saying this as a selfish big sister. Please, Akito, please don't betray Kazuki's trust anymore. I really don't want to see Kazuki get hurt. That's all. This is so unfair. The one thing I wanted to hear least of all, you just directly confronted me with it. You're strong, Spacey. Akito took a deep breath. At the beginning of this conversation, you said that you couldn't understand my pain, didn't you? Yeah, that really hit home for me. When I decided to take revenge, someone told me the opposite. And they said that they understood my pain. That that always bothered me. I couldn't understand my sister's pain, so I'm pretty sure that nobody can truly understand how badly other people are hurting. We can only empathize with other people. You knew that, but you didn't let that stop you from trying to reach me. Akito closed his eyes. He smiled helplessly. All right. After a while, Akito looked up at me again. His eyes were now brimming with willpower. He seemed to have found determination. I don't want to crush Kazuki's spirit. You and I want the same thing. Akito, I have a favor to ask you. Can I please have a little time first? I want to talk to my family. Okay, that's fine. But like, look, Akito, I don't even care if you run and you hide. Just don't do anything else, Akito. Like, you don't have to. I'd be like, Akito, I don't even care if you turn yourself in. I don't care if you hide and you deny it. Just please don't do anything else. I know that they've got you set up to try to hurt other people to make up for the fact that they killed those people for you. Don't do it, Akito. Don't waver, Akito. Be strong for Kazuki. I can't let you go, Akito. I don't trust you. I don't trust that you're not going to like fall for that. I need you in my sight. Here, I'm going to text you a picture of Kazuki. Just look at that anytime you're wavering, you motherfucker. Don't break my heart, Akito. I answered him without hesitation. If Akito wasn't sincere, I wouldn't let him escape. My duty as a police officer wouldn't allow it. But Akito wouldn't run. I was positive, so I agreed to his request. You'll get in trouble for letting me off easy. Akito smiled faintly. I have one more favor to ask. Please apologize to Kazuki for... I won't do that. He needs to hear it from you. I interrupted and firmly denied his request. This was not something for me to say. You don't have to tell him everything, but he needs to hear it directly from you. Thank you so much. Akito struggled to get the words out. He looked like he was about to cry. I know I am. Not literally. Unfortunately, we've only had one instance in a game where I was gonna actually motherfucking cry, or I actually did fucking cry. But this is but this whole thing with him, I was like, pulls at your heartstrings. I might cry. You get points on the board for that. I didn't actually cry, so you don't get double points, but you get points for this. Anyway, Yanagi, you did well. After Akito left the park, Yanagi approached me. Okay, I'm just saying because the next we're coming up to the third bad ending, and like I was like this, and I was like, we're talking to Akito, and if this is I don't know. You'll see. I had contacted Yanagi after Akito asked for the meeting. He had been standing watch near the park. I was so nervous. Because we were sitting, Akito might not have noticed this, but my legs had been shaking the whole time. It had been stressful exerting that much pressure on Akito, and when I imagined Kazuki finding out about everything, it felt like I'd been stabbed. It'll be all right. I'm sure you got through to him. I know I did. I hope I did. Yanagi's kind words cut through some of my anxiety. Sarah was probably uncertain. He talked to you instead of running because he'd been ordered to carry out a murder. I'm sure he was backed into a corner. I think he wanted someone to stop him.
He resolved it without increasing his crimes. He saved Sarah. Be proud of that. My only thing is though, right? Because like if he doesn't do it, or even when he does, like in the one when he does and he gets kidnapped and he gets captured, he gets arrested basically. They wipe his memory and he forgets everything. He forgets Kazuki, right? And now though, if he and it's so this is going to be, I'm hoping this will be the same as in Enomoto's route where he doesn't go through with it, right? But what's going to happen to him if he doesn't go through with it? Can't they just be like, oh, and kill him? Like, they can wipe your memory. Can't they explode your brain? Like, maybe they can only wipe your memory, but they could still be like, and wipe his memory. And then Akito is like, I have no idea who I am anymore. Like, I mean, he knows up to a point, but he won't know Kazuki and they'll have to be friends again. And he'll be like, I don't understand what's happening. And then they're going to throw him in jail and he's not even going to know why. Like, so it's like, that's really fucking sad. So it's like, I don't know if hold on a second. So it makes it really sad to like, anyway, but I don't know. It makes me, I really just, I want us to be able to stop Adonis before they wipe his brain. Because I know that he could still be friends with Kazuki and like whatever. I don't want it to be like the one where he was in jail and he was like, just forget about me. And Kazuki was crushed. I want him to be like, you can still be friends while you're in jail. We're in love with Sadaishi while he's in jail. It's okay. It would have been actually funnier if it was in Sadaishi's route and be like, look, we'll go visit our boyfriends in prison together. At least mine remembers me. Yours doesn't, and you have to start all over. But whatever. That's so sad. Oh, I'm only laughing because it's traumatizing. It's very sad. It's depressing. But anyway. Thank you. Unagi's compliments relaxed me better than anything else could have. Recently, I'd felt like we had been growing distant, but he was still a kind person at heart. Unagi couldn't bear to see other people hurt. All that'll result from Adonis's quest is that even more sadness will be born into the world. All the suspects we've captured who were used as tools of revenge, like Sarah, are part of the recurring cycle of malice and sadness. We can't just allow Adonis to do whatever they wish. Yeah. His voice was full of determination. I nodded. Is it over, Yanagi? Okay, I was concerned about who was walking up, and now it's Okazaki. Wait. Yeah. Oh, Okazaki was here too? Yeah, he asked me for a favor. If Akito's Sarah was part of Adonis, well, he couldn't be sure what would happen. Yanagi spoke gently. He was right. Even if Akito wasn't aware of it, Adonis could have had other agents lurking nearby. That's what I'm worried about. And that's when everybody keeps walking up, and now I'm like... Yanagi had brought Okazaki along as a precautionary measure. Sorry for making you come out here, Okazaki. You're giving orders quite a bit these days. So why do you sound so happy about it, Okazaki? Oh, do I? Is that what I look like? Okazaki touched his face and then immediately resumed laughing. But yeah, I guess you're right. He's like, yeah, I'm happy. I have a smile on my face. Okazaki, you're weird. Yanagi had probably judged Okazaki to be trustworthy, and Okazaki realized it. You always fulfill your mission. It's an honor to hear that from you. I glanced over at Yanagi while Okazaki smiled again. That night, Akito turned himself in at Shinjuku Station. Okay, I just got concerned because, spoiler, save 3 is a trigger. It's a trigger mode. And I was getting concerned because I'm like, I don't have to shoot fucking Akito, do I? Because I don't want to do that. Like, I'll fail that shit on purpose. We are going to fail it because we want to get the bad ending first, but anyway. But I'm guessing it happens down the road in the chapter, so. They would probably start interviewing him. Based on events so far, it was likely that his memories would be erased. We could only pray that we could somehow gain some new leads through him. His memory's going to be erased, and I'll be like, what are you going to do? You talked to Kazuki, right? Hoshino, Commissioner. After work, I was walking down the hall to head home when a voice called me from behind. Sorry to bother you while you're on your way home. Not at all, sir. Morioka was with him. I know, it's like they're a pair. Concerned if one of you is in Adonis, my bet's on you. more than anybody. Although you do have a square jaw, so I mean, it could be you. But you're always together, so like. Anyway, Morioka was with him. He directed a sharp gaze at me, which made me recoil with worry. Akita Sarah turned himself in because of you. Is that correct? For an instant, my words caught in my throat. It was like he'd seen right through me. But it was a logical assumption. Even a cursory investigation of Akita would lead someone to Kazuki. I just spoke with him for a bit. I'm glad it ended with him turning himself in. I'm glad that we decided to allow you to assist us at Investigations HQ. Thank you, sir. Akito better not end up dead, because if he fucking ends up dead in that cell, I'm blaming you motherfuckers. That's all I'm saying. Got my eyes on you assholes. Everyone in this fucking place is suspicious. For a rookie, you have an awful lot of connections to persons of interest. Morioka. I didn't know if Minagishi was being diplomatic or if he was changing the subject. On the other hand, I could see that Morioka was obviously suspicious. Yeah, well, I think you're obviously suspicious too, buddy. Handsome and all. I'll work hard. That's the right answer. You're awfully suspicious. I work hard. I will work hard. I'm just leaving. There was a mole in here, and they were close. Keeping Yanagi's warning in mind, that was all I could think to say. Yeah, it could be one of them, but I don't know. I'm just banking on Saeki just because he's the closest to us and he seems like the most harmless. It's always the most harmless one. So that when it is him, you're like, I did not see that coming. Because like if it's like Minagishi or Morioka, you're like, well, they're in the middle of the investigation, so I could totally understand that. Like, you know what I mean? They got their fingers in the pot. Like Sadaishi being an Adonis, you're like, I kind of saw that coming, but it still hurts. But like Saeki would be the like one that when it comes, it would be like the slap in the face that most people probably wouldn't expect. You'd be like, oh, what? Saeki! You know what I mean? But did he ever say anything about not having family? Just curious now. Because like now as we're getting deeper into the game, we realize that like the guy who worked with Okazaki was an orphan and basically in the fucking cult of Adonis. And then Sadaishi was like a fucking like child fucking lab rat. Like they take children and they turn them into lab rats basically. So I'm like, was Saeki like an orphan maybe? Because I'm just thinking that that could be. This is just the precursor. Who doesn't have a family? So what was your childhood growing up like, Morioka? Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah. How about you, Minagishi? Yeah, your childhood was great. How about you, Mochita? I'm like, what the fuck is his name again? Yeah, how about you? Okay, Sayaki? Which one of you fuckers was an orphan? I don't trust you. That's it. That's how you know in this game. Understood. I'll send over some patrol officers. For your own safety, please do not approach the suspicious individuals. I'm Officer Hoshino of the SRCPO. Thank you for your cooperation. Phew. I took the police report and hung up. While relaying the dispatch order to a police box, I sighed. Once Akita was arrested, it felt like the entire police station had a brief respite. The interviews continued. Still no new information was reported. I can't tell Kazuki everything, but if they lose contact, he might get the wrong idea. Akita was a minor, so his name wasn't released. It hurt to think of what Kazuki was feeling. I have to support them. To do that, I had to focus on my own work right now. Eh? A strange noise echoed through the police station. Huh? Oh, what was that? Is something wrong with the speakers? Oh, fuck. The unnatural sound spread all throughout the station. I thought it was my collar. Everybody looked at the speakers. The noise was still going. This is an X-Day announcement! What? What came through the speakers next was a voice that had been altered. Oh, God. And I was certain that I'd heard it say, X-Day. As scheduled, sinners will be judged today. Those who pretend not to see abuse. No, those who see abuse but are bribed into ignoring it. The justice of Adonis will fall upon you. Hey, what the hell? Locate and verify the source now. What's happening? I'd be fucking scared. No one's safe. How are they using our PA system? I recalled the mole within the force. Would they actually go this far? And now their laughter was emanating from my collar. Their laughter. Oh, Tim. Tim! Tim! You're gonna get the grammar Nazis all up your ass now. Hoshino, did you say something? I just remembered something urgent. Sorry, but I need to step out. Huh? What? I'd be like, I'm gonna vomit! Leaving Mochita with a half-assed excuse, I sprinted from the room. I'm gonna go check the restroom! I ran, looking for an unoccupied room. I arrived in an emergency stairwell.
I must say, that was done well, winning over Akito Sarah.
I knew it. Once I stopped and caught my breath, the caller spoke again. Fuck. They had probably spoken up to force me to be alone.
However, we gave him a job that he was supposed to do today. We can't let that go to waste, so it'll proceed right on schedule.
What are you planning?
I'm glad you're so spirited. Do you want to prevent further victims?
Of course.
Then we'll give you. No, we will give you and Ig Yanagi a trial.
A trial? Me and Yanagi, you want to try him?
Indeed, you've suspected he has something to hide, haven't you? Ig Yanagi's never been one who could hate suspects and execute justice upon them. In the past, he killed someone.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. The guy's in the fucking. Oh, unless he died when he got that text. You know what I mean? I was like, I was wondering if the guy that he goes to visit in like the hospital is dead. What? For an instant, my breath stopped. But the disturbing thing that the caller had said before wouldn't stop floating up in my mind. You could have accidentally killed someone. Doesn't mean it was in cold blood. It could have been on the line of duty. Like, accidents happen.
However, we find nothing you say to be particularly persuasive, especially coming from you. Do you feel that way because you don't want those you've hurt to exact vengeance on you? Do you really think you understand the suffering of those you have wronged? We look forward to seeing if you hold true once you discover Ig Yanagi's sins.
But had Yanagi really killed someone? That's not possible.
You should hear from the man himself. Would you like to? We invite you to the stage. We'd like both of you to come to the Tokyo Metropolitan Office viewing platform. It'll be a great gala occasion. Invite only. So no other guests, please.
Wait! There you are, Hoshino. Oh, Mochita. Mochita appeared as soon as the caller went silent again. Suspicious. He's being so suspicious. Everyone's suspicious. I suspect everyone. He looked very worried. You look like something had gone wrong. I was worried. What happened? Mochita, I'm sorry, but there's somewhere I must be, and I can't explain now. Since Adonis had hit a bullseye, there wasn't anyone I could bring with me besides Yanagi. I couldn't explain, but I couldn't surrender. I channeled my emotion into my gaze. Look, something's obviously up. Shouldn't I come with you? No, I'll be fine. But I really do appreciate your concern, Mochita. All right, just don't do anything crazy. Ha! Crazy is my middle name right now. Yes, sir. No promises. Then fine. Go on, get out of here. I watched Mochita leave. It was really painful to hold information from him when he was so obviously worried. I need to tell Yanagi. Only I knew there was a only I knew where the crime scene would be. We were running out of time. I hastily took out my cell phone. We're getting close to the trigger mode, guys. Yanagi! Hoshino, did the caller tell both of us to be somewhere? Yes. Sarah turning himself in must have screwed their plans, so now they're calling us out. They're obviously up to something. That's true. What is it? No, never mind. Half of my thoughts that were distractions unrelated to meeting up with Yanagi. The caller's chilling tale of Yanagi killing someone in the past kept replaying itself in my head. It's really disjointing when they do killing someone in the past. Pick one! I want to ask him if it's a lie. But what if he said it was true? I was afraid of the possibility, so I couldn't bring myself to ask. Not yet.
Did they tell you something?
Uh, um, I trembled as soon as he spoke, which was a dead giveaway.
Uh, I see.
Yanagi faint Unagi faintly, knowingly smiled. Okay, I was like faintly smiled. Wait, faintly knowingly. What? I had to read that in my head. Oh, duh. Yeah, okay. That smile overflowed with sadness, as if his heart had been pierced.
Oh my god, he's gonna tell us about what he did. Back then, you had an absolutely terrified look in your eyes. You look exactly the same right now.
Huh?
When Adonis introduced us to each other, they had researched us. You've heard what I did in the past.
I I didn't get any details. Just that you killed someone.
I see.
You were just telling me that to shake me up, right? Trying to play with my emotions. They must have been trying to distract me so I couldn't think rationally.
No, it's true.
Huh? Unagi's voice cut into my heart, although I desperately wanted to deny it. True. He'd really killed someone? I couldn't believe it.
Did they say anything else?
To ask you for details, and that we should go to the Tokyo Metropolitan Office viewing platform.
All right, let's go.
Unagi's face stiffened and he began running. In a daze, I watched him go. I finally came to my senses. Right! This was no time to be dumbfounded. We had to get moving and save whomever Adonis was targeting. I can't believe it, but I can't think about that right now. It's pretty funny. He's like, I did kill someone. What else did they say? We have to go here. Okay, runs away. Are you avoiding the topic? Anyway, I shook my head to clear my thoughts and started running to the government building. This is the government building that Akito was going to bomb, but Akito didn't do it. He didn't do it this time. There sure are a lot of people here,
Yeah,
and nothing seemed out of the ordinary at the designated meeting point. But there were a lot of civilians here. We didn't know what might happen, so it seemed best to declare an evacuation. If I show the officials my police notebook, I can get them to start an evacuation. Now, welcome, and thank you for coming, Spacey Hoshino and IG Inagi.
why did you call us out here? What exactly are you planning?
Unagi, we have determined that, like her, you are also suitable.
Suitable?
Naturally, you're suitable to share the will of Adonis.
Don't screw with me. Can never sympathize with the ideals of terrorists.
Do you really think so? You haven't forgotten your sin now, have you? Spacey Hoshino, do you believe us now? He broke someone. He broke someone to protect someone else, is actually exactly what I think happened. But if you think about it, their ideals are kind of the same. Like, that person was probably going to inflict pain on me, blah, 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 kidnapping, whatever. And Yanagi stepped in and killed them for that. It's not the right thing to do, but he was, he was he was a bad kid, right? So, like, probably had issue, like, whatever, angry rage kills him, regrets what he did, made a huge motherfucking mistake, right? Huge motherfucking mistake. He didn't just go out and beat the crap out of some little old lady to steal her fucking wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy was kidnapping kids. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Maybe that's just what I want to believe, but that's just what I'm thinking. But that would fit in with Adonis's ideals. You know what I mean? Like, you bullied someone and that person killed themselves. Well, you should feel fucking guilty about that because you're a horrible fucking human being. Like, you tortured someone mentally into suicide. Like, this is not like you were like, that's an ugly dress, and then that person killed themselves. I mean, you got to take some responsibility for yourself. But if someone's being that vicious and that awful and just constantly on you literally are. You're mentally breaking someone. Like, you're fucking an asshole. Does that mean that the person who, like, is being a bully deserves to be murdered? Not necessarily. I mean, you should be fucking responsible because you caused someone else mental and emotional fucking stress and caused them to kill themselves. Like, you kind of should know that you're a horrible human being. But, you know what I mean? So in all of these cases, all their things, like, okay, all the students in this class bullied Akito's sister into suicide. So then they blew up the entire fucking class. I mean, I'm just. That's a little excessive. That's a little excessive. But if you think about it, if that person was trying to kidnap Spacey, right? Blah, 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 whatever. And he went in trying to save her. I mean, he didn't have to go to the point of almost murdering them. But Adonis would look at it like, that's exactly. That guy was kidnapping a kid and you beat him to death. That's exactly what we're talking. That's not. That's not how it works. But in their mind, yeah, Unagi kind of lives up to their expectations, which is just. And why would we be a sympathizer, though? That's the thing. Why would we sympathize? Well, we're a good person and we don't think people should hurt each other. But again, I'm a good person and I don't think people should bully people, but I also don't think you should murder bullies. Like, but if it's Saeki, that could explain it because we're friends with him, blah, blah, blah. He knows us. He thinks we could sympathize because he thinks we have this stronger bond than we do. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. That would be kind of. Anyway, curious to see how this works out. I don't trust anything you say. Even if Yanagi acknowledged them, I didn't intend to let the caller's words shake me. I only believed what came out of Yanagi's mouth. There was nothing else for me to hear.
But you were there as well.
Huh? Yet they shook my resolve nonetheless. My voice trembled.
It was during winter, 12 years ago.
So, he was 16. Okay.
You came from Niigata to visit your relatives in Tokyo. Don't you remember that incident that you were caught up in?
The memories resurfaced. The events of 12 years ago. That dream. Oh, God! I was still a child. I had been abducted by a strange man. I told you! Kidnapping! And assaulted. Whoa! What kind of assaulted? Okay, it doesn't even matter. That's still wrong. I didn't want to say that. I was like, he was kidnapping her, and I didn't want to be like pedo, but my memories after that were hazy. Okay, so that man accosted her. What, even if it was sexually or physically, it doesn't even matter. He kidnapped her, did some kind of shit, and Yanagi beat the fuck out of him. Kind of don't think Yanagi's in the wrong here. But, I mean, except for, you know, break his kneecaps so he can't run away and the cops can come, but not to near death. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you kind of probably shouldn't feel as guilty over it as you do. But that's what makes me an asshole. Because, like, somebody abducting a kid, yeah, they should go to jail. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's different. It's different. Someone like, there are certain things that you're like, I don't think you should feel so bad about the fact that you almost killed this person. Because I'm just saying, even people in jail want to murder these people. So okay, look. When someone who is a rapist or a murderer looks down on you and thinks you're scum because you touched a kid, I mean, I'm just saying. It's like, you murdered people. But I mean, you're all kind of, like, that's all kind of fucking awful. Like, you're all kind of fucking awful, but there's a hierarchy even in prison. Like, you murdered someone, you rape ladies, but don't you touch a kid. Like, you know, that's disgusting. But I'm just saying, like, even people who have committed the most god-awful fucking crimes look down on these people. So I don't think you should feel bad about what you did, Yanagi. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. You're a kind, gentle soul. If you're like, I feel really guilty about almost murdering that man. Yeah, but if he had gotten away, Lord knows how many other kids he would have kidnapped and assaulted. I'm just saying. Like, what the fuck? Of course, we don't know what kind of assault. He could have just literally, like, chained her up and, like, what were you gonna do? Like, kidnap her and be like, you're my daughter now. Like, I'm just saying, it's probably as disturbing as we think. I can only remember one vivid memory. Someone drenched in blood had been beating someone else. Yeah, Yanagi. I was very scared. I see now. The man pleaded for help while another person, a monster, stood over him, swinging a metal pipe over and over in his rage. Okay, so I mean, he was. Oh, look at teenage Yanagi. It's adorable. Except for, like, you're like, but he's killing someone. He's still precious. So that was Yanagi. He had tried to save me. Yeah, see? But the image that had been burned into my mind was one of pure terror. I couldn't even say anything. All I could do was tremble in fear. You were afraid because of what was happening to you, and then this person comes along and is beating someone else, and it's just like heart. Like, you've just put them all together, but Yanagi's not what you were afraid of. You know what I mean? You were already in the grips of all this fear, and then he comes along, and you're not like, yeah, beat him to death. You're like, ah, it's just more trauma. It's just, yeah. So even now, I couldn't form any words. Oh, he looks so sad. That's right. I destroyed somebody's life. Yeah, but you destroyed somebody's life who was going to destroy a child's life. So I'm just saying, again, I'm not necessarily. I'd be a member of Adonis right here. Like, okay. There are certain situations I'd be like, no, I don't necessarily agree that you should murder this person. That's a little extreme. Well, this situation, yeah, no, kill that motherfucker. I'm fine with that. Like, I'd be the voice of reason in Adonis. I think murdering them might be a little excessive. You should probably just torture them and drive them mentally insane. You know, that would be fun. Great. What about this type of person? No, kill that motherfucker. They deserve to die. No, we're good. I'm an asshole, though. You should never listen to me. Anyway, Yanagi's eyes overflowed with sorrow. His expression was painful, as if he had been blaming himself. I wanted to be sure he didn't kill me first. I lost it. I was never qualified to be a cop. I'm more aware of that than anyone else.
But it was ruled as an act of self-defense. You faced no reprisal due to the situation.
It really was, though. I mean,
That's why your past has stayed secret. You, who deceived everyone around you. You've always been like us. One who can pass judgment without hesitation. Still, you pretend to be an upstanding police officer. Did you enjoy playing that role?
he looks so sad.
If we're guilty, then so are you. But we truly sympathize with you, Yanagi.
You sympathize?
There was no other way, was there? Your target used violence to get against you, so you were forced to fight back. Some criticized you for going too far, but would it have been better to let him beat you, cower in fear, and endure it all?
Also, the fact that he was assaulting another child, so.
That's the rationale of the assailant. Only ruin awaits those who do not fight.
I don't need your pity. I know what I did was wrong. Revenge doesn't build anything. I didn't wield that weapon back then out of hatred. I was afraid and cowardly. I was just weak. Well, I don't think you were weak. I really think you were afraid. And it, like, sometimes when you get that fear and anger and, like, and over excessive. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can totally see that. Especially if you're being attacked. You know what I mean? Then there's that part of you. It is that your fear, and you feel weak, and you feel afraid, and then, like, then it just snaps into, it's like almost like a rage thing where you could see that happening, snapping and being like, I should be able to stop this! And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I almost beat them to death. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, something in you snaps, and I kind of feel like that's kind of what was going on here. And I can understand being like, that was wrong and I shouldn't have gone that far. But you didn't just go after somebody who was like, your shoes are ugly, and kill them. You know what I'm saying? This person would have, it's like, it was self-defense. Did you have to go quite that far? No. But then that person would have probably gone to jail for like a month, gotten out, and gone back to like fucking kidnapping and assaulting people. I'm just saying. Like, you don't know. Maybe he would have been fine. But if he was kidnapping a fucking, where were we, like 9? Yeah, we were like 9. He was kidnapping a 9-year-old. I'm just thinking he's not like the most wholesome person who just made an accidental mistake. Pretty sure he fucking deserved it. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't want to think about those times. I don't want anyone else feeling like that. So I decided to make myself stronger. That's why I'll never sympathize with the things that you've done. Yanagi's voice was firm. It was like a beacon to my chaotic emotions. Crimes will always happen, whether they're intentional or not. You can't prevent them all. Merely exterminating known criminals won't bring about a lasting peace. You're treating symptoms, not making a cure. To say nothing of the moral bankruptcy of committing murder in the name of peace. You've got no credibility at all.
It appears we won't see eye to eye after all. Such a shame.
The voice from the callers seemed discouraged. Maybe they really wanted to win Yanagi over. Yanagi had always shouldered the weight of his wrongs, all by himself.
Then, please demonstrate your resolve to me now.
Wait, what? Ah! As if on response to the caller, a woman suddenly screamed. Nobody move! What? Startled, I turned to face the source of the terrified scream. A man was pointing a gun directly at a woman's head.
The woman currently being held hostage once accepted bribes to overlook abuse. A girl killed herself from the abuse.
Akito.
The man with the gun was betrayed by someone he trusted, which ruined his life. He used to be a fine, upstanding man. If he's provoked, he'll execute his hostage. You can only save her by instantly taking down her captor. Now, what will you do? Can you find a solution for this dilemma that doesn't leave a trace of malice?
This is...
A familiar scene, I'm sure. You've said you'll protect everything. Can you do that without sacrificing anyone?
It's fucked up shit. That's why I think it's Monokuma. Like, Yanagi's voice trembled. Logic dictates that we have to prioritize the life of the hostage. Her past crimes weren't a capital offense, and moreover, she was the victim in this case. But the man taking her hostage was previously a victim too. Even if the assailant hurts others, it's not right to kill in every scenario. That's unconscionable. Punishment must fit the crime, but I'll never accept that it's fine to take a criminal's life simply to resolve a crisis. I didn't know what the right action was. I could barely think. I'll shoot her! Get back! Help me! Somebody please help! The screaming echoed throughout the platform. Panic was now rapidly spreading through the area. Then amidst the chaos, I don't want to hurt people anymore. I heard a quiet voice among the commotion. It seemed to wipe all of my hesitation, confusion, and fear away. You see, I want to protect everything. I want to protect all of it. Yes, everything. Even things rules stop the police from protecting. We're about to get to trigger mode, so I'm just going to go until we get there. We're going to do the bad ending, and then we'll pick it back up tomorrow. But anyway. Yanagi, right. What reason was there to hesitate? I had known the proper goal from the beginning. It didn't matter what had happened in Yanagi's past. The Yanagi I knew was kind, and he was far stronger than anyone. Power isn't what you need to solve cases like these. Even though you were thrown in the middle of this, you can bet that you'll stand out on your own. You're plenty strong. Don't beat yourself up. Look at how handsome he is. God. He looks so sad. The Yanagi I know taught me to be strong. He gave me the willpower to protect others. No matter what happened in your past, I trust you, Yanagi. I lightly touched his back. Hoshino, I'll fire warning shots from his flank. Please follow up by shooting his hand. If you do it, we can save them. Both of them. But you can do it. I know that you fought alone because you wanted to become stronger. I know that you wanted to become stronger than anyone because you didn't want to hurt anyone. I've learned that much about you, at least. So please, be strong and help these people. Not just one of them, but both. Help them all. Even if it's hard or nerve-wracking, you're the only one who can do this right now. Nothing's going to move forward if you don't, right? You're right. It's exactly as you say it is. Yanagi raised his head. There was no more hesitation in his face. Yanagi's hand reached for his holster. Warning him, watching him, I drew my sidearm as well. Okay, I'm going to save, because it says to save when they take their guns out, so I'm assuming this is basically it, so. Okay, so what we're going to do is okay, hold on. We're going to fail trigger mode, we're going to get the bad ending, and then, that's where we're going to end. Without aiming at the criminal, I spoke. This is the police. Drop your weapon and release the hostage. If you have any demands, we'll listen. There must be some reason you're doing this. Please tell me what it is. You're lying. The police have never listened to a word I've said. Not even once. If you pull that trigger, you'll have crossed a line that you can't return over. Please, don't lose yourself like this. Listen to me before you do something you'll regret forever. And there's still time to avoid this mistake. But... Betraying his uncertainty, the gunman's muzzle strayed from the hostage's temple. Now! Okay, here we go. Seizing on the chance, I raised my pistol. Failure was not an option. We're gonna fail, though. I don't want to. I hate it failing on purpose, but here we go. I'm so hard not to. I'm just not even gonna click at all. Okay, so we missed. We're doing the bad ending. Ah! The shot had missed. The bullet had pierced the hostage's shoulder, of all things. Well, I mean, you shot the hostage's shoulder, but she'll live. Damn it! You tricked me! Paying no heed to the fallen hostage, the frenzied man lifted his gun. The barrel of the gun was pointed directly at Yanagi. Yanagi froze up completely and his eyes went wide. Oh, well, we're going to kill Yanagi. That's great. Yanagi! It had already moved. There wasn't even time to think. Oh, did we get shot? Hoshino! My chest burned with pain. I knew I had been shot. But someone caught me as I fell. I'm sure I landed in Yanagi's arms. I'm glad. That meant Yanagi was safe. I had made it in time. I'd thrown myself in the path of the bullet to save Yanagi. It's all my fault. Oh, we kind of broke him. It's kind of like the time we got shot in front of Sasuzuka, and he was like, oh, fuck. We really traumatized them. Better them than us, though. We're gonna die. You live with that. Yanagi's expression was one of despair. It's not the look I wanted to see on his face. It'll be okay. I wanted to smile and tell him that, but it was a little beyond my capabilities. This is because I hesitated. I was still too weak to do anything. Please don't look so sad. I wanted to stay by his side longer. I wanted to walk with Yanagi, to help his wish come true. But it looked like life had other ideas. That wasn't going to happen. No, Hoshino, no. Open your eyes, please. This is bad end 1, by the way. Because the other one was I just wanted to tell you that. The other ones were the Yanagi common route bad ending, because it's chapter 0. And then it was the Adonis bad ending is always the first bad ending you get. But anyway, I no longer hear that gentle voice of his. They couldn't put the his on the same line. Anyway, so that's that. I'm going to wrap this part up here. And when we come back in the next part, what we will do is we'll start from there and we'll pass trigger mode and we'll keep on going. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.